Once upon a time, there was a great and powerful king named Solomon. He was renowned not only for his immense wealth and power, but also for his unparalleled wisdom. Solomon's reign was marked by peace and prosperity, and his name became synonymous with wisdom and justice. He ruled over the land of Israel with wisdom and might. His decisions were fair, and his judgments were sought by people from all corners of the world. Under his rule, Israel flourished, becoming a beacon of culture and learning in the ancient world. Solomon built a magnificent temple for God in Jerusalem. This temple was not only a place of worship, but also a symbol of the unity and strength of the kingdom. It stood as a testament to Solomon's devotion to God and his commitment to his people. People came from far and wide to witness Solomon's wisdom and the glory of his kingdom. Scholars, dignitaries, and traders from distant lands visited Israel, bringing with them gifts and seeking the king's counsel. The marketplace buzzed with activity, and the streets were filled with the sounds of different languages and cultures. But even the wisest of kings grow old. As the years passed, Solomon's health began to decline. The once vibrant king who had led his people with such wisdom and strength now found himself confined to his chambers, his body weakened by age. When Solomon died, his son Rehoboam became king. The transition of power was not smooth, however. Rehoboam lacked his father's wisdom, and the people were uncertain about his ability to lead. The new king faced immediate challenges and unrest among the tribes of Israel. The kingdom was at a crossroads. Rehoboam's harsh policies and refusal to listen to the counsel of the elders led to a rebellion. The once united kingdom of Israel was torn apart, splitting into two separate entities: the northern kingdom of Israel and the southern kingdom of Judah. This division marked the beginning of a new and tumultuous chapter in the history of the Israelites. The divided kingdoms faced numerous challenges. They were plagued by internal strife, external threats, and a constant struggle for power. The unity and prosperity that had characterized Solomon's reign were now distant memories. The people longed for the days of peace and stability, but their path to reconciliation seemed ever more elusive. Yet, even in these dark times, there were voices of hope. Prophets emerged, calling the people back to their faith and urging them to seek God's guidance. They spoke of a future where the divided kingdom would be restored and peace would once again reign over the land. Their words offered a glimmer of hope in an otherwise bleak landscape. The story of Solomon and the divided kingdom is a powerful reminder of the importance of wisdom, unity, and faith. It teaches us that even in the face of great challenges, there is always hope for renewal and a brighter future. As we reflect on this tale, let us remember the lessons of the past and strive to build a world where peace and wisdom prevail. Rehoboam was young and inexperienced. He had just ascended to the throne after the death of his father, King Solomon, and the weight of the crown felt heavy on his head. The kingdom of Israel was vast and diverse, and the young king was unsure of how to navigate the complexities of ruling such a nation. He wasn't sure how to rule. The responsibilities of leadership were daunting, and Rehoboam found himself at a crossroads. He had to make decisions that would affect the lives of thousands, and the pressure was immense. The young king spent many sleepless nights pondering the best course of action. He faced a crucial decision. The people of Israel were growing restless and discontented. They had endured years of heavy taxation and forced labor under Solomon's reign, and they were now looking to Rehoboam for relief. The young king knew that his decision would either win their loyalty or incite rebellion. The people were weary from the heavy burdens imposed during Solomon's reign. They had built grand temples and palaces, but at a great personal cost. The labor was grueling and the taxes were high. The citizens of Israel were desperate for a change, and they hoped that Rehoboam would be the king to bring it. They longed for a king who would listen to their pleas and lighten their load. The people approached Rehoboam with a simple request: reduce the harsh labor and lower the taxes. They believed that if the young king showed them compassion, they would serve him faithfully and support his reign. Rehoboam sought counsel from two groups: the elders who had served his father. These wise men had years of experience and had seen the kingdom through many challenges. They advised Rehoboam to listen to the people's demands and to show them kindness. They believed that a gentle approach would win the hearts of the citizens and ensure a stable reign. And his own group of young friends. These were men who had grown up with Rehoboam, and they had a different perspective. They urged the young king to assert his authority and to show strength. They believed that any sign of weakness would be exploited and that Rehoboam needed to establish his dominance early in his reign. The young king was torn between these two conflicting pieces of advice, and the decision he made would shape the future of Israel. The elders, wise with experience, advised Rehoboam to heed the people's request. They had seen the rise and fall of many leaders and understood the delicate balance of power and compassion. Their wisdom was not just from books or teachings, but from years of observing human nature and the consequences of leadership decisions. If you be a servant to this people this day, and serve them and answer them and speak good words to them, they advised. Their counsel was rooted in the belief that a ruler's strength comes from the loyalty and love of his people. They knew that harshness breeds resentment while kindness fosters loyalty. Then they will be your servants forever, they counseled. The elders believed that by showing empathy and understanding, Rehoboam could secure a lasting and peaceful reign. They emphasized that true leadership is not about instilling fear, but about earning respect and trust. However, Rehoboam's friends, filled with youthful arrogance, urged him to show his authority. These young men, lacking the depth of experience, saw leadership as a display of power and dominance. They believed that strength was shown through intimidation and control, not through understanding and service. "My little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins," Rehoboam boasted, promising even harsher rule. He declared that his reign would be marked by greater severity and stricter measures. This proclamation was not just a rejection of the elders' advice, but a clear message to the people that he intended to rule with an iron fist. The people, hearing Rehoboam's words, were filled with dread and disappointment. They had hoped for a compassionate leader who would ease their burdens, but instead they were met with promises of increased hardship. The atmosphere in the kingdom grew tense as the citizens realized that their pleas had been ignored. The elders, disheartened by Rehoboam's decision, could only watch as the seeds of discontent were sown. They knew that a ruler who disregards the needs of his people is destined for trouble. Their hearts were heavy with the knowledge that their wise counsel had been cast aside for the folly of youth. Rehoboam's young advisors, on the other hand, celebrated their influence over the king. They saw his decision as a victory for their vision of strong, unyielding leadership. They failed to see the long-term consequences of their advice, blinded by their immediate triumph. As time passed, the kingdom began to show signs of unrest. The people's dissatisfaction grew, and whispers of rebellion started to spread. The harsh measures promised by Rehoboam only served to fuel the fire of discontent. The once peaceful kingdom was now on the brink of turmoil. The elders, ever wise and vigilant, began to strategize on how to mitigate the brewing storm. They knew that the path to peace would be difficult, but they were determined to find a way to guide the kingdom back to stability. Their experience taught them that even in the darkest times, hope and wisdom could prevail. Rehoboam, swayed by the arrogance of youth, ignored the wisdom of the elders. He responded to the people with threats and pronouncements of even greater burdens. The people were enraged. Their hopes for a just and compassionate ruler were dashed. The seeds of rebellion were sown. Section 5. The Rise of Two Kingdoms. A man named Jeroboam, whom Solomon had exiled years earlier, emerged as the leader of the rebellion. The 10 northern tribes of Israel rallied behind Jeroboam, proclaiming him their king. The kingdom of Israel was torn in two. Only 2 tribes, Judah and Benjamin, remained loyal to Rehoboam, forming the southern kingdom of Judah. Section 6. A Legacy of Discord. The division of the kingdom had far-reaching consequences. It marked the beginning of a long and tumultuous period in Israel's history, marked by conflict, instability, and spiritual decline. The once united and powerful nation was now weakened by internal strife. Section 7. Wisdom's Call Unheeded. Rehoboam's story is a poignant reminder of the importance of seeking wise counsel, especially in positions of leadership. By disregarding the experience and wisdom of the elders, Rehoboam made a decision that had disastrous consequences for himself and his kingdom. Section 8. Seeking counsel, finding direction. Life is full of choices, and we often find ourselves at crossroads, uncertain which path to take. In those moments, it's crucial to seek guidance from those who have walked the path before us, those who possess wisdom and experience. Section 9. A timeless lesson. Rehoboam's story, though ancient, holds a timeless lesson for us all. It teaches us the importance of humility, listening to wise counsel, and considering the consequences of our actions. It reminds us that true leadership lies not in wielding power, but in serving others with compassion and understanding.